This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Keeping guns out of the hands of young children. At least 163 St. Louis area kids were hurt by gunfire in 2022 alone. Now a local hospital is expanding its gun lock program. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Now at 4, we're learning that Barnes Jewish Hospital is working to help get this problem under control. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings joins us live from BJC with a closer look. Travis.
Brent, K, this program has been around since 2021 and it's seen great success. But with the number of pediatric patients they've been seeing here with gunshot injuries, hospital administrators say they had to act and get ahead of this issue. Now, BJC is expanding its No Questions Asked gun safety lock program. This comes after 163 children were treated for gunshot wounds in 2022. The hospital's program started in 2021 and has since given out more than 5,000 free gun locks, mostly from their kiosk in their emergency room. Today we talked to Karen Cloyd with Women's Voices for Social Justice, who's also a part of a gun lock program. Today she delivered 2 boxes of locks to the Urban League. She's glad to see the mission being supported on a larger scale.
I was overjoyed to hear about it. I'm really glad that a organization like BJC, which is so prevalent in our community and elsewhere, is stepping up to take care of that for us. I mean, we're just a very small part of the gun storage safety people involved in St. Louis area.
Travis, before you go, so interesting to hear her perspective. Let me ask you this. This program, you said, has been around for a couple of years now. Any indication how much progress they're seeing?
Well, you know, Brent, BJC, they conducted a survey back in 2021 when they rolled out their pilot, and they actually found that 2/3 of the families who use these gun safety locks actually store their firearms securely. We're live in the Central West End. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Very good to know. Travis, thanks. Today is deadline day for St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner. Today she must respond to that legal petition to remove her from office. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey filed a 121-page petition last month alleging Gardner is failing to do her job. A judge gave Gardner until today to respond. Today's deadline comes a week before that case heads to court.
New information now on a deadly house fire in Afton. About 2 hours ago, the victim was identified. Crews responded to the home on South Laclede Station Road just before 9 o'clock last night. They found 58-year-old Gene Utrecht unresponsive inside. He was taken to a hospital where he died. As of right now, investigators say the fire started in the kitchen and appears to be accidental. Also developing today, St. Louis County Police investigating the death of a man in Spanish Lake. Early this morning, officers responded to a call of shots fired on Riaza Square. They found the victim, 23-year-old Jonathan Whitted, with several gunshot wounds. He died after being taken to a hospital. Police haven't identified any suspects right now.
We have an update on the 3 Lake St. Louis police officers injured in a crash late last month. Police Chief Chris DiGiuseppe tells 5 on your side they are all recovering. One officer is at home, a second is in rehab and could be released this month. The third officer remains in the ICU with a head injury. The chief says he was able to speak with that officer's family on Easter. He calls it a, quote, emotional journey.
Everybody is concerned and worried and wants to help and does, steps up to help. But yeah, it's just like, a member of your family is hurt or injured, and you want to do as much as possible, but in the end there are some things that are just out of your control.
2 St. Charles County officers were also hurt. They're now out of the hospital. The driver who caused that crash facing DWI charges.
All right, let's take a live look over downtown St. Louis. Our warming trend continues with lots of sunshine over the bi-state. A beautiful spring day. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joining us now with the Weather First forecast. Scott.
It's absolutely gorgeous out there this afternoon, Kay and Brent. We're talking temperatures that have been close to that 80-degree mark for a lot of us around the metro area. And we're doing that, as you said, with plenty of sunshine around St. Louis right now. Looking out into St. Charles with our other camera looking to the west there. Along Interstate 70, all is good, all is quiet. Traffic's starting to pick up. Everybody's trying to get home early, enjoy the evening, right? 78 in St. Charles, and Warrenton, and Chesterfield, Farmington checking in with 76. That's where Scott Air Force Base is, Alton at 77 degrees. Looking over in Belleville right now, nice gentle breeze out of the south and plenty of sunshine to go around. We'll keep the sunny skies with us most of tonight into tomorrow. A couple of clouds from time to time. Pretty much all the unsettled weather is much farther to our south and likely to stay there as we head through the next couple of days. If you're headed over to City Park tonight, you've got the U.S. Women's National Team in that friendly versus Ireland. Temperatures in the mid-70s. The kickoff at 6:30 at City Park. Good-looking evening. We'll talk about the changes coming for the weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Scott. Now to new details on the mass shooting in Louisville. Investigators are calling the massacre that left 5 dead and 8 wounded a targeted attack.
The suspect used an assault-style rifle and opened fire on his co-workers inside of a downtown bank. NBC's Jay Gray reports from this scene.
Images of horror and heroism. Officers rushing in to confront a mass shooter just minutes after he opened fire inside the Old National Bank in downtown Louisville.
They stopped the threat so other lives could be saved.
Police confirm the 25-year-old shooter was a current bank employee armed with an AR-15 rifle legally purchased just last week. And investigators say he was streaming the massacre live online. Now, a day after the attack, 5 dead, 8 injured, 2, including a police officer, still in critical condition. Louisville becomes the latest city caught in the vicious and sadly familiar cycle of mass shootings in America. A spray of bullets followed by a string of questions, including how and why.
There's only so many times you can walk into a room and tell someone they're not coming home tomorrow.
Raw emotion and grief.
We are despondent.
Quickly giving way to anger and demands for change.
Put those policies in place that put people first. People over guns, kids over guns, public safety over guns.
Words echoed in some form after more than 140 mass shootings this year alone. Words, to this point, many say, without any real action, hollow and empty, like the hearts of those now struggling after the latest attack. Jay Gray, NBC News, Louisville.
And 5 on your side will stay on top of the latest developments in Louisville. Look for them on air, online at KSDK.com, and on the 5 on your side app.
Today in St. Louis, preparing to respond to an emergency. Let's take you to the scene now at Steinberg Rink in Forest Park. This was earlier this morning. WashU's medical department putting on a mass casualty training to help area first responders work together in responding to a disaster. Now, these scenes you're looking at were staged, but they're helping first responders prepare for real life.
And so our goal here today is to give a base level of training so that, we hope nobody has to do this, but in the event that they have to, they'll have some of that choreography down and they'll be able to, best take care of patients.
There were 3 different explosion scenarios during today's training. It was more timely because of Monday's tragedy in Louisville, but this exercise was planned prior to that incident.